morning, everyone. It is Kandice Porter again here. Man, we are winding down. This is my second to last interview. And listen, we have saved the best for almost last. Um, but I have my girl Kenya Mahogany on here today to just share who she is with us. And when I tell you, if y'all ain't ready, y'all better get ready, okay? Get ready, all right? Like I said, my name is Kandice Porter, and I'm gonna be hosting this thing. But listen, I'm here. I'm here for all the things today, Kenya. All right. So I'm gonna get out of the way, and I'm gonna let you introduce yourself.
Thank you, Candice. Can I just first and foremost say, before I introduce myself, thank you so much for inviting me on this show.
Yes.
It is an honor. I've seen your lineup, and I was like, that lineup is cold, and to be included in this lineup, I'm like, I've accomplished something. Let's go. But yeah, so I thank you so much for asking me to be a part of this. This was amazing. I've been a fan of yours since I could remember. So ever since middle school days. So thank you.
Go Gators.
All right, go Gators. You know what I'm saying? I thought you were a superstar in the 8th grade. So we'll get to that later. But I am a spoken word artist, a playwright, an actress, a musician, a producer, just an all around creative. My motto is that I was created by the creator to create. And that is my motto that I live by, because I feel like God is the biggest artistic artist of the world. And if he created me, then I have to kind of do him justice and give these things back to the people. Creation.
Look, I'm already getting started.
You good?
What is so good? I just gotta hold myself.
But no, seriously, I love creating. I love networking and connecting with other people. I love uplifting my Black community. I write plays to not only entertain, but to educate and build awareness around certain things that we as Black people go through. I write plays to normalize Black people. I write plays to basically write our own stories, because there's nothing like somebody else telling your story and putting all kind of lies and all kind of things in it. So
yes,
I feel as the creator, as a writer, it is my job, it is my duty to kind of reconstruct the story and tell the right story. So I am a creator. I love my family. I love my kids, my husband. Shout out to Jean Fashaw, my love bug, and my kids. And and so I'm an all around just Renaissance woman, Kandice. I love doing a little bit of everything, and family is huge to me. So in a nutshell, I need to have like an elevator speech for this, but in a nutshell, I am a creator that loves to create.
Kenya, I got chills already. I'm like, why do I feel like crying?
You gonna make me cry, girl.
I'm like, wait, why am I feeling like this? And I know why, because I know how passionate you are about all the things that you just listed. And being that we have known each other for so long, like I've said before, it has just been so beautiful to see you blossom into this beautiful woman, this beautiful wife, this beautiful mother. And I am just here for it all, girlfriend. I am here for it. And I cannot wait to dig deeper into all the amazing things that you've been doing, because look, I got on my Melanin Millionaire shirt on today.
Boom.
All right. And I
think
I have this on for Kenya today, because this child, let me tell you, has been doing the thing. So listen, Kenya, before we get going, I'm just going to, since you're talking about actress and playwright and creative and all that, you absolutely right. And I'm just going to test your skills a little bit.
Okay, let's go.
I wanted to say that the comment section is open if you're catching this live, or if you are catching this later on, please feel free to leave a comment. This is a community situation. So we are here to have conversation not only with one another, but even in the comments and all that, we are here for it all. So I am going to give you a line from a movie,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to see if you can guess the movie.
Let's go. I'm ready. I'm ready.
We are only doing Black movies because we are in Black History Month, but we are still celebrating Black History all year. So here's the first one. You ready?
Yep.
Okay, here we go. Let's see. You want my spot flash, huh? Well, you ain't gon' get it, cause you ain't got it. What's that?
5 heartbeats. You ain't gonna get it. Oh, I remember. Oh, if you ain't on it. That's my favorite.
I'm tickled pink right now because this is my movie, okay? I love me some 5 heartbeats.
Oh, girl, my favorite part is when like the little sister and when she was coming up and coming up with the lyrics. Some people can, give me another one. I was like, yes!
At the first sign of the storm.
Yeah, you know.
Kenya, that's my movie, okay? So the fact that you know it, you got it. Okay, so I am going to, here's the next one. You ready?
Yep.
You can go ahead and read it.
Say, baby, can I be your slave? Hold on. Okay. Okay. This may be a little tricky. Is it Love Jones? It's not Love Jones!
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay.
Girl, you are on it.
Okay. I was a little scared about that one. I was like, that's got to be Love Jones. I'm trying to be the
you read it just like he did. So you were absolutely right. Say, baby, can I be your slave?
Can I be your slave?
And I was like, yeah, Lorenz. Because listen, Love Jones got a little spoken word. It got some drama. It got some all that. So
I love Love Jones.
Me too. Look at it. And if you ain't seen Love Jones, your black card is revoked.
Take it.
You ready for the last one?
Yes, ma'am.
You're doing great. Here we go. You can read it.
I heard about your book and I don't think it's cute. You know, the next time you want to characterize me in one of your little projects, do me a favor. Don't. I like it. Okay. This might be a little tricky for me. Okay. Okay. Dang it. Is it The Best Man?
Girl, when I tell you, you got it. Kenya, when I tell you, you got it.
Girl, Black AF. Black all day. But yeah.
You are Black AF. Yes, we said it. Listen, these are the movies of like the 90s, 2000s, but not the 5 Heartbeats. Because 5 Heartbeats was it was some years ago.
Yeah.
But when I tell you, you got it. And you got my vote. Listen. My girl.
Yay.
I was going to read them, but I was like, no, Kenya needs to read them because she's going to know how to do it. She's going to know how to do it.
No,
Thank you so much for
that. That was fun.
That was fun. Okay, Kenya. Here we go.
All right,
Here we go. So can you tell me, I know you told me a little bit about yourself earlier, but can you tell me about the Kenya that makes you proud to be a Black woman, unapologetically? Oh, I'm sorry. Before we get going, can we cheers?
We can.
We're going to give a cheers to entrepreneurs.
Oh.
I got my water today because it took me 1,000 hours to take my daughter to school and 1,000 hours to get back. So I didn't have time to make no coffee.
Aww.
It's cool.
It's okay. Water's good.
It's okay. Water is good. It's cool. So, I want to, I'll just repeat the question. What makes you proud to be a Black woman in this day and age?
Oh my gosh. I feel like as a Black woman, like we get stereotyped so much, right? and to be able to push against those stereotypes and tell people how amazing you are against those stereotypes is the most amazing part for me to be a Black woman. I feel like I work in an all-white space. I'm the only one of Black people in my workspace. And so they kind of look at me as, oh, she's just the Black girl. But then when I show up, then they're like, oh, I didn't know this about you, Kenya. Can you tell me? I'm like, I don't need to tell you. I mean, you can Google me if you like, but I'm not going to explain anything to you, because at first you treated me as if that I wasn't worth a conversation. But now that you see that I am actually doing things in the community, or I'm doing things artistically, now you want to get to know me. I think that is the most amazing part about being a Black woman, is being very much unknown, the unknown. People want to know so much about you. They want to figure things that that goes against their stereotypes, right? They think that Black women are a certain this or a certain that. And so when you show them that I am not a monolith, I am not the average, but I'm still a Black woman in all my right, but don't try to categorize me in thinking that, you know, I'm this. It's the most beautiful thing about being a Black woman. Black women are magical. Black women are resilient. Black women, I hate saying strong all the time, because I feel like that's a cover up that allows Black women not to be vulnerable, or not to be soft, or not to have feelings. Like, okay, yeah, I'm a strong Black woman, but I cried sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I'm a strong Black woman, but I have emotions, and I'm an empath. I feel people's feelings. So don't categorize me as this being strong Black woman and you got it, when I'm so many more and so much more things that you can even put in a box. So I think being a Black woman is amazing. Like, if I was in heaven, I'd be like, God, can you make me another Black woman again?
Hello.
You take me to earth. Because that was lit. Being a Black woman was lit the first time. Can I do it again?
Yes.
So I mean, I could go on and on, but I think it's a blessing, because Black women are beautifully like amazing people. Like we make things happen. We crawl out of where we were trying, like people tried to bury us, and we crawl out of those barriers. But yeah. So it's, I love being a Black woman just because of the way we show up, in a nutshell.
Yes, Kenya. You know, you are, and I realize what it is, Kenya. You are so anointed in your gifting, even when it comes to just talking. Like, there's so much power in your words. And specifically with you, Kenya, there's so much power in your words and how you deliver, that it's no wonder that I have chills. I'm like, dang, Kenya, you just said good morning. And I'm like, ooh. So it does not surprise me that you are so accomplished in what you're doing. And I want to know, when did you start knowing your gifting in your speech and in the way that you present?
I would say at a young age, I was that kid. I was definitely that kid that would, when company would come over, right? I'd be like, y'all, look at my new dance. I made up a song. Y'all want to see it? Y'all want to see my dance? And they just be looking at me like, oh, Kenya, she always doing something, baby. Show us that dance again. She cute. I'm like, look, y'all, look. So I felt like I was like the entertainment of my family, right? I was always showing up and trying to do things and be like, look at this song I made up, or look at this poem I made up. And they were right there for it. And so coming from a religious background, you know what I'm saying? My mom and my aunts and all them, they would like for an Easter program, they would like really like be like, okay, these your Easter speech. You gotta remember your Easter speech, and you gotta say it with some emotion. And I'd be like, okay, say it with emotion. And so I give props to my mom and even my auntie, because you know, I was a debutante for Christ, and I think I did like a monologue, and I won the whole talent portion of that because they worked with me. My family worked with me. And so like being in love with performing and being in love with words is how I kind of started off kind of building up my poetry. And at first, I was in a rap group, so I was a rapper. Yeah, I was in this rap group called Success Entertainment, and so we like traveled to like Kentucky. We did shows, and so a good friend of mine who was in the group, he was like, I noticed that you like poetry a lot. Like you're always writing poetry. And I'm like, yeah, like I love rap and poetry. Rhythm and poetry is rap to me. So it coincides. And so he's like, oh, I know this poetry venue. You should really come. And so I was like, okay. And I think I was underage at the time. I think I was like 19.
Yeah.
And so I went to this poetry venue called the Casbah, if you know about the Casbah. Rest in peace to the Casbah.
R.I.P. Casbah. Many great nights at the Casbah.
It was great times. So I my first time walking into the Casbah underage, he got me in, and I was just like, okay, cool. I'm gonna sit here and listen to this poetry, and then maybe I'll get some things to write about later. He ends up putting my name on the list. So I was so afraid, so scared. He puts my name on the list as Mahogany, and he's like, I'm sorry, but I feel like you're so dope. You should just get up there. So I got up there, and no lie, like getting on that stage felt amazing. It felt like the adrenaline rushing. It felt like this is where I need to be. This is home. And so after that, I started frequenting the Casbah, Slam Nuba, Cafe Nuba, all of these poetry venues that accepted me. And it was a high, because I'm like, people are relating to what I'm writing about. And I thought it was just for myself. I'm thinking I'm writing poetry for myself. This isn't for anybody else. But when someone comes and say, I can relate to that, I went through the same thing. Thank you for writing that. I didn't know how to articulate those words, but you did it perfectly. Then I knew my purpose, right? So I'm like, okay, Kenya, this isn't just for you to keep. No, this is your gift for you to hone in. You got to spread this gift and talk about the things that people are afraid to talk about, or talk about the things that people go through that they cannot speak on. You are the voice for that. And so ever since then, I felt that vibe. It's not for entertainment. It's not for just getting up there to speak a poem, but it's to actually touch someone else who can resonate with this poem or with these words. And so the power of words, the power of being able to reach somebody with your words is what I discovered through poetry. And so I started venturing off into playwriting. And playwriting was another avenue, another platform that I could speak my voice without having to speak my voice. It's like, okay, I can put this in a structure of entertainment that people can sit and enjoy. But then when they leave, they're going to be like, whoa, I'm thinking about some things now. That's what I want you to do. And if anything, I feel like that's what my purpose is to spark the mind that changes the world, or to either give you information that you can take home and just kind of spread out to other people, or just build that awareness,
Wow, Kenya. And the funny thing is that your baby girl is following in your footsteps. I see that she is loving words too, and rocking spelling bees.
Yes. It's amazing.
It's like the gift that keeps on giving.
Girl, I don't want to, like, my thing is, I don't want to make her fall into my footsteps either. I want her to have her own gifts and wonders. But she is so like, she loves mommy and she watches mommy. Like, I'm in the mirror, she's watching mommy do her makeup, or I'm doing my hair, she's watching mommy. She's like, I just want to watch you. And I remember being that little girl watching my mommy. So I'm like, okay, I want to be this example for her. I don't want to force her to do anything, but she's so good at like the things that I'm good at. And I want to nurture that, because I feel like I didn't really get mine's nurtured as much. But I want to nurture hers. I want to nurture her gifts. She loves writing. She loves making up stories. She's a great speller. And I could see all of those qualities in her as a storyteller. Like your words, you said a great storyteller. I think she's a great storyteller as well, Kandice.
Wow.
And I'm just blessed that she's picked up on those talents. I'm so blessed.
You're the best example for her, and I love that. I just love that you guys have one another, because our brown girls need to see their moms, being the example and living out loud and being unapologetic with living and who they are in our brown skin as a woman. And
Exactly.
so when I tell you, it is no wonder that your baby girl looks up to you like that. You guys have such a great, just a great family. I love Jean. I love, like, I just love you guys. And I think the world of you guys. And I love how you show up for your family. And I love the way you show up for one another. So thank you for just being the example of Black love and Black family unit. And just, and just being that for the community, because that's something that is dying down. So I
True.
just wanted to tell you thank you for that.
Thank
and
you.
and I'm so grateful that your babies, because I know that your son sees something great in his father, and I'm just so glad that your daughter sees something great in her mommy. So y'all keep on rocking. Y'all got my vote
Thank you,
and
sis.
over again. So when you're talking about playwright, can you talk to us a little bit about how you got into the 5280 co-op?
Yeah, so I started off being a thespian in high school. So
Mhm.
like I said, with the debutantes ball, I did a monologue and I won the talent portion with this monologue called Eyes Pretty, a
Mm.
very Southern monologue. And from then on, I went to school, to college to study theater.
Hold on
Um,
just a second. Hold on just a second. You said it's called As Pretty.
Eyes Pretty.
Oh, do you remember any of it?
I do. It's just like, hold on, let me see.
Look at on the spot.
It's like, hi, everybody. My name is Pretty, Miss Pretty. People say a pretty is something. Oh, pretty wet. See, I forgot it. It's a southern like belle. Like she's
You
very
drew me in
pretty.
too.
She's very pretty, and as my mama say, that pretty is pretty does. But I think it's just what them ugly girls tell each other to make them feel better. Well, I's pretty. But it was a very like narcissistic poem, or not poem but monologue,
Yes.
about being pretty. This woman
Mm.
who's very southern, and all her looks and everything. It depends on. It was a very deep monologue that I forgot, that I'm gonna now look up, Candice, because I'm like, dang it, I want to know
Look
what.
But As Pretty. That's all I know.
I's
That's
pretty.
pretty. Okay,
But,
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to
no, you're fine.
divert you, but yeah. Okay, we're talking about the 52 co-op.
But yeah, so like in that, I started getting into theater and going out to auditions, right? They always had me play like a very stereotypical role. Like, hey, can you be the slave? Can you be the mammy? Can you give us a little more attitude? And I'm just like, okay, I'm tired of this. Like, I'm so much more than what you think Black women are. So I was like, I'm going to write a play that represents prominent, dominant Black people, and just normalizes Black people, not because we need them to be slaves or gang members or gangsters or drug dealers or what you think Black people are. I'm going to normalize them as being regular people because I'm tired of this narrative. So I wrote Colorism.
Mm-hmm.
And when I joined 5280, it was because another lady that was a part of the group, her name was Renelda, she had asked me to be a part of it on a poetry spectrum. And she was like, hey, we're starting an artist co-op. We would love some poetry. And I'm like, hey, I'm there.
Yeah.
She ended up leaving the group. So it was kind of me at the time. It was me, Stephanie Hancock,
Yeah.
Adrian Martin Fullwood, and Doris Walker at the time.
Yes.
We were all trying to come together and build an artist co-op.
Yes.
So we didn't really have any ideas because the idea that we had left with this other lady.
Yes.
So I was like, you know what? I've been working on a play called Colorism. Maybe we should put that up. And so everybody agreed. We read it and they were like, this is wonderful. Let's go ahead and produce this. And so we did it the first time in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
And then we did it again 2017 and then again in 2018. So we did it 3 times as a production. And that third time we actually won a Henry Award. And if you don't know what a Henry Award is, it's like the Tonys of theater in Colorado. So that was huge. And we went up against, I think I was against like Denver Center Performing Arts. So Yeah, like we were tied or something like that. Dinner Center. I was just like, whoa, to be up against such a huge organization and be so small, and to actually come out to win the award, that was an amazing, amazing pinnacle in my life. Like I will never forget that. I don't think that. I think that's something that's going to stay with me forever. Just knowing that I persevered along to write something and to be able to win and see the rewards and the benefits of it. Oh my God, it exceeded my expectation. You know, I didn't know that it was going to go that far.
Yeah.
So 5280, we kind of collaborated on that, won the award. We've done a lot of like open mic shows with poetry. We've done musicals. We've done so many theater production. So I think 5280 Artist Co-op, me being the creative chief officer, I create these ideas and I try to network other people in the community that have not had these opportunities, like people that have never acted before or people that have never worked lights or directed. I want to put them in that position because who's going to give you a chance? Like somebody gave me my first chance, and I don't want to look over anyone just because they don't have the experience. I want to be able to network with you and be like, oh, I was the one that planted that seed. So look at you now. That's amazing. That's my whole purpose. Like if I can't help myself, I want to help others around me so that we can network. So 5280 was the perfect platform. We've been going for about 6 years now to be able to build that network community, to be able to talk to other actors of color and bring them on, or other playwrights of color and network with them. Like I've built such a big community in these last 6 years with 5280 Artist Co-op. So shout out to 5280 Artist Co-op. Shout out to Adrienne Martin Fullwood and Stephanie Hancock for still riding with me on this beautiful journey. It's been amazing. And I take nothing horrible from this experience. Everything was a great learning experience, even the bad things that happen, because you know when you're an entrepreneur, there's going to be some stumbles.
Listen.
Listen.
I know.
A whole word.
You know, but I know.
I already know you know, Candice, because you are doing your thing. So I kind of want to interview you to see, like, how is you with these two babies, these twins, these beautiful babies. I am a fan, like I said, of everything that you're doing, Candice. So I think it coincides though, like when you are a busy woman that's driven, you're going to have these obstacles and you're going to have these stumbles, but you just got to prepare for them and keep it moving. Cause you know, I feel like that means that you're doing a good job, that you're on the right track. Right. So
I absolutely agree. Thank you for sharing. We have, I don't want to mess this name up. Sanshere.
That's perfect. You got it.
I did it. Woo! Sanshere said, get it, Kenya. I love this. Sanshere, I love it too. Thank you for commenting. I am, I remember coming to one of the events. Is this still off of like Colfax and
Dallas?
Yes. Yep. And just the power in that room, like I was like blown away. And I know that I want to talk about some of the major things you did last year, but I want to just see if you can speak just a little bit about the motivation behind colorism, because girlfriend, okay, that it's powerful. It's such a powerful movement. And I just want to see where that was birthed from, besides just normal everyday life.
I would say it was birthed unconsciously that I knew of from my family, right? Like I said, we as Black people are a mosaic array of colors, from the darkest of dark to the lightest of light. So in my family, there's dark skin, light skin people everywhere. So when you're children don't gain that concept sometimes, and even adults, I feel like. Because, they'll come up to you and be like, oh, she's a pretty chocolate baby. She's pretty to be chocolate. And I'm like, oh. Or,
yes. Oh, okay.
Okay. Or, you know what I'm saying? Certain things like, being treated a little bit worse than your light skinned cousins or whatever. You know, I felt that, and I think it all came to a head when I watched the documentary Dark Girls. If you remember that documentary, Dark Girls.
I don't.
You gotta watch Dark Girls, Candice. Dark Girls kind of sheds the light on colorism, and it
Okay.
sheds the light on just basically how uh, like internally we discriminate against each other in our culture. It's not, you know, the white man, it's ourselves. But initially it was implanted by slave owners who tried to separate us, you know, from house niggas to field niggas, right? And so the house niggas are, you know, the lighter skinned people in the house, and they get to, you know, stay nice and cool, while the darker skinned niggas are out out into the fields. So that separation really just irritated me. It's like, okay, people, like, this is the disconnection that some people want us to have. They don't want us to unite. It's hard for us to build because we have so many differences within ourselves. And I mean, colorism isn't just a Black thing either. It's a Hispanic thing. It's an Indian thing. It's a Asian thing. It's like, people don't want dark skin. You see so many people bleaching their skin just because of the setbacks that people treat them as, just for having dark skin. So colorism was a real life interview that I interviewed real life people to get their story on how they experience colorism. And so I kind of put it in a play as if they're talking to the interviewer, who is an imaginary person, back and forth as they're kind of going on with their day. And a chord strikes as the conversation happens. So for instance, like the dark skinned brother, he has dealt with so much discrimination of being called Blackie, and oh, we can only see your eyes in the dark, or your teeth, you're so black, and charcoal Buddhist, all those things, right? Other because they're dark skinned. And so he overcompensates now in his life. So he don't date nothing darker than him. He don't date nothing like, he's very much brainwashed into thinking anything darker is horrible. He hates himself in a way. You know what I'm saying? You know, so you see these layers kind of unfold throughout the play with each character to show why it really affected them, even though they're acting like everything's fine. But when you ask that specific question, it takes them back to their childhood. And it's like, okay, I remember my grandma saying, oh, I was ugly. Or I remember my mama saying, damn, you Black, or something like that. Certain things. And it starts in the family. So that was one thing that I knew that I had in my family that I was passionate about, that I wanted to get out and build that awareness. Like, come on, Black folk, like, we all Black. Like, let's stop saying team Black or team dark skin, team light skin. Let's just, Black people, let's unite, because that's our problem right now. We want to put each other in categories when we're more than capable of being a synergized fist, if that makes sense. But yeah, I wrote that because I feel like so many people are lacking that awareness.
Yes, absolutely.
A lot of self-hate going on. So I try to do it as creatively as possible, because I don't feel like anybody really talks about colorism and the effects of it. So that was my motivation.
Wow, Kenya. Ooh. Look at and the thing is that as kids, we used to make fun of it. We used to make fun, right? Like, we used to literally make fun, not knowing that we carry that with us as adults. Like, it carries on with us. And so that's funny that even as you're bringing it up, I'm thinking like, yeah, me and my cousins and sisters and all that, we would always play around with that, not knowing the impact that was really being made. So, that's really powerful, and mind blowing, which does not surprise me. We have Shaynika. Hey, lady.
Hey, Shay Boo.
Hey, Boo. She said, "This is so awesome." No, you are so awesome. Okay,
you are.
Thank you for joining us today. Now, Kenya, I want to get into. All right, my girl did a TED Talk. And I want you to just talk to us about how that was for you? Because I know that the TED Talks are really dominated by white people. And
Mhm.
so I wanted to see how that was for you, going through that process, and speaking and talking about your topic, as a Black woman. Here, it was here in Colorado, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. So you're right. Like TED Talks are definitely predominantly like white people heavy, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so a friend of mine, Jovan Mays, shout out to Jovan Mays, recommended me to be on TED Talk. And so I was a little apprehensive at first, but then I saw the lineup and I was
Mm.
like, okay, maybe they're purposely like trying to get like more people of color in this lineup because it was a plethora of people of color in this lineup.
Wow.
Um, so I didn't feel out of place at all because I felt like I was
Mhm.
going to be a little out of place. Like I might be too Black for them. Um, but I was
Yeah.
just like, oh no, I fit right in. Like there was like a Black chef who talked about food. There was a Black historian. There was, a Black woman who talks about the power of connection and building
Mm.
friendships. And then I came with my topic, and it was a poem because they allow like entertainment as well on TED Talk. So you can sing, or you can do poetry, or you can speak. And so I did a poem on school to prison pipelines. That is super, super huge issue around the country. Um, so with that particular piece, I was very much confident because I felt like a lot of people, like I said, could relate to that. And they did. The
Mm.
experience itself was amazing. I felt like, just going into it, I felt like a superstar because I felt like they had their whole green room backstage. You had your name on the door. You got a chance to kind of decompress in your room and go out and kind of perform your piece. And so the whole experience was beautiful to me. The after experience was amazing because there were so many people that were in the Buell Theater. It was at the Buell Theater downtown. And there were so many people there. And I know that they had like an after party. And I'm just hanging out at the after party. And so many people are just coming up to me like, oh my God, that was amazing. Can I get your information? I need you to talk at this school. I need you to do this. I need you to do that. And I'm like, whoa, TED Talk. You
Yeah.
is pulling out some opportunities. You're pulling out all kind of blessings and opening up some doors. So
Yes.
even though like TED Talk, they don't really like pay you or anything for coming on, but the pay is putting you on
Yes.
that platform and introducing the world to you
Yeah.
and kind of giving them a little taste of what you do, and then people respond, and I think that's amazing. And so I take the experience of being on stage and listening to people like this, the audience, you can hear them and they're ooh, ah. And
Mhm.
it was so many people, and I'm like, oh my God, I can still hear them with me, even though it was such a huge space. So it gave me so much more confidence to kind of speak my poem and be comfortable in it. Um, but yeah, I think the after effect of that though, like, was mind blowing. Like after the poem, people were so excited to just want to network and connect with me, and so I take that away from the TED Talk. TED Talks are great. I hope I can do it again. You gotta see
Yeah.
it, Candace. You
Yeah.
gotta see
I know, y'all. I was like, God dang it, what am I doing? I
it.
will, I will watch it today. I promise. I can. I am number one. Shamed to be sitting up on this interview with you, having not watched it. Okay, so
Yes,
please forgive me for that.
you're fine.
Um, so I'm big on using my imagination, and as you are, you are you are the creative chief officer for the 5280 co-op. So I just want you to just walk us through that day for you. Like, how was that day for you when it's like, okay, wow, it's showtime, and about how many people were there?
At the TED Talk,
Yeah.
um, yeah, that day. I mean, the day was so, like, I was very much calm until I
Mhm.
actually got on stage, and I feel like every time I get on stage, I shake. And then when I'm in like the actual piece, the shakes kind of disappear.
Yes.
But when
Yes.
you're there, you're first like, okay, okay.
Here we go.
And then
Yes.
being on the stage and then releasing, like I said, hearing people's, ooh, you know what I'm saying? Those affirmations of okay, I'm speaking to someone, gives you the confidence to kind of get out of those shakes and that nervousness. But yeah, the day was amazing. I felt super great the whole time. I felt like my outfit was on point. I felt like, everything was good. Like, I was like, this is a good space for me. I feel great. I didn't mess up, because that was like my biggest like concern. Like, Kenya, don't mess up. So it was smooth. It went perfectly. And like I said, after the show, I got so much love and so much opportunity that people brought to me that I felt like it was well worth it. Yeah, so you got to see the whole thing. There's like a link that you could see the whole show with everybody as well, and you can see what I'm talking about when it's like a whole lot of Black excellence sprinkled throughout that whole show. That I thought I was going to be the only Black person, but I wasn't. It was so many. But yeah, if you're thinking about doing a TED Talk in your life, do it, because I feel like it's very much life changing. It takes you to another platform that people haven't seen you on yet, and I think that's where I'm at, because I suck at like promoting myself. I do. It's a issue for me, Kandice. So I think
I'm like,
yeah, it is. I don't know why. I kind of do what I do because I love it. I'm not so much more of the come see me do what I do. And I need to be more on that. But like,
just worth it.
Yeah, thank you, sis. Thank you. I have to work on it. Like, people are like, how come you ain't tell me this was going on? I'm like, I don't even know. Like, I don't be telling people stuff, because not on purpose, but just because I'm not good at it. I'm not good at spreading the word. But I think this was a perfect platform to spread the word that I am not good at. So TED Talk was great. I hope to do it again one day in the future. But yeah, check it out. Kenya Mahogany TED Talk, School to Prison Pipeline, if y'all haven't seen it.
Wow. Yeah. Kenya, wow. I know that you wowed those people. I know you did. And I'm sure that you probably put something on their mind that they're still thinking about today. So I can't wait to watch it. I cannot wait to watch it, and I cannot wait to see you do what you do, because when you were just kind of taking us through the day with you, and I was following close, child. I was like this. What's my girl doing? Is she there yet? Did she do it yet? I mean, I was just following you in that process, because as a performer myself, I know how that feels when you're about to get going and you're like, oh my goodness, it's almost here. And then you do it and then it's over. And you're like, wow, that was quick. But just to see the love that you received after that. And I think it's really interesting that you brought up how you felt afterwards, because sometimes that comes with a whole nother thing too. Like, well, I feel like I could have done better here. I could have done something there. But the fact that you walked away from it feeling even better than when you had started
Yes.
I'm like, that's how you know. That's how you know that you rocked it. So you guys, if you're in the same boat as me with my trifling self sitting up here interviewing Kenya and haven't seen the TED Talk, you said you can find it under Kenya Mahogany TED Talk.
Yep.
I'm going for it, and I'm going to watch it today. I'm not going to waste no more time.
Don't waste no time, Kandice. You're supposed to do that a long time ago. Come on, boo.
A long time ago. Do you hear me? I'm like, Kenya, I'm not about to sit here and dish you a whole bunch of excuses. I'm gonna do it. That's my word. Rashandra.
Hey, Rashandra.
Hey, girl. Hey, and she says, hey. Yes. So tell me, what is coming up for Kenya Mahogany? What's some of the things that I know that you said that you are predominantly working in a white environment, but I want to know, what are some of the things that's on the horizon for you right now?
Yes. Amazingly so, I've been on like I said, I've been playwriting so much, right? I wrote a new piece called I Am, which basically speaks on mental health issues in the Black community.
Yes.
And just kind of sheds a light on why we need, therapy.
Yes.
So that's a new short piece that I'm doing. I'm going to have that debut on Donnie L. Betts. If you know who Donnie L. Betts is, he's a great director in the Denver community. And he is going to produce it on his radio show called Black Radio Days. And
Oh,
so it's going to be like a live reading of my play on his radio show. So that's going to be great. Looking forward to that.
yes.
5280 Artist Co-op, along with John Hand Theater, is collaborating on a piece called Flying West. And we are going to be, I'm in that piece as well, too. So, yay.
Wow. Okay, she's promoting herself, y'all. I'm glad.
I'm trying.
More.
I'm trying, girl. But yeah, it's gonna be April 7th to May 9th. That show is gonna run for. So get tickets at 5280artistcoop.com. I think tickets are only like $25. So that's not bad. But it's an amazing piece, basically about three sisters in the 1900s who have migrated from the South, from slavery, to Kansas, basically, Nicodemus, Kansas, very country place, but they have land there, and it kind of gives a story of how gentrification kind of comes in to try to take their land, and they're doing everything that they can to hold on to this land because this is all they have. So it's a very, very powerful piece. I'm excited to be a part of it with other amazing actors. So please keep a lookout for Flying West coming out in April.
Wow.
But other than that, other projects that are going on, like I said, I'm constantly writing. I'm constantly doing spoken word events, but constantly just creating. So those are the two things on the horizon that you should look for as well. So those Black Radio Days and Flying West.
Flying West. Wow. Did I get the website right?
Yep, that's correct.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Y'all, how has it been preparing for Flying West?
Well, we start rehearsals March the 7th. So we haven't started the rehearsal process, but as a producer and an actor, I kind of have to put on two different hats. So we're producing it. So we've been in production mode with getting stage ready. We have to kind of call out to stage creators and people that can build the stage and kind of put those minor details in, which the stage is so beautiful. If you come to this show, it's going to be phenomenal.
Yes.
But just the stage production, costumes, getting the actors together, or just kind of little tidbits on the production side that we've been doing. So I'm kind of excited because I'm more so of an actor instead of producer. I love acting more. So I'm excited to just kind of dive into the script and to kind of get ready for the show, because I haven't acted in like 2.5 years since this pandemic. So I've been doing a lot of writing, like I said, a lot of playwriting, but I haven't been in acting mode. So I'm excited to get back into that, no doubt. So that's something that y'all should come check out, please.
Child, she gonna leave it. Look, I'll definitely be there to check it out. I feel like you gonna leave it all on the stage, especially being that you ain't acted in 2.5 years.
Get it
but
all.
I tell you, we are here for it.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm excited. It sounds like so many good things are happening. Listen, we need to do better. Not we, but I'll say me, with just supporting and just making sure that we are showing up for the beautiful things that are taking place in the city, because you're doing a great job in keeping not only Black people, but also people who are not Black, informed on the things that are very serious and pressing. But you're doing it in such a creative way that it is, you're going to get this lesson, you're going to get this message, but you're also going to get that entertainment portion of it. And that's what I love about how you work and how you roll. Speaking of, do you remember that time we went to the were at
I work there.
You work there now?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, yeah, why did I do that? But yeah.
No way.
I work there. I mean, it's a great job to work for. Like, I'm an educator and a performer. so I can perform while I educate, right? Kind of like what we were kind of doing, you know. But we got so much backlash. Do you remember all the backlash we got
Girl,
from
that's why I am floored.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was like one thing after another. It felt like with us, you can't do that, you can't do this, watch out for that, watch out for this. So being that they came back, I'm not saying from that particular situation, but they actually hired you to like do that's mind blowing, because yes, we did get a lot of backlash, and now you on payroll. I love it.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, these are the type of people that look at me and be like, "Oh my gosh, you do this? Oh, I didn't know. Can you tell us more, Kenya? Oh." And I'm like, they ain't ready. They don't know who I am fully. But yeah, I remember that day, me and you, Kenyatta. She invited us. Rest in power to Kenyatta.
Oh
But
my God,
Kenyatta,
was that who?
that was Kenyatta.
No way.
Yeah, because she was working there at the time as well, and she invited us in
Yes.
to do that you know collaboration with poetry and music to your bonding of the beat. So
Yes.
bonding of the beat, and yeah, I just remember so many. She had sent us emails of the parents after that, and she was just saying like how many people were like, I mean, because bonding to the beat has definitely a spiritual connection, and so you were speaking about that spiritual connection, and they didn't like it. They didn't
They
like
didn't
it.
like
I
it.
think I said a poem about little
Yep.
girls you are, little boys you are, and they're like, my little boy isn't this, my little girl
Yep.
isn't that. You should have
Yep.
taught them how to do poetry. And I was like, whoa. So I, on a higher scale, Candice, me working there, I get it all the time now, which is crazy, which is kind of crazy. But at the same time, I think it's a beautiful job, and I feel like the representation of Black people in a museum, in that museum, is not there. So I kind of want to stick around for that very reason, because I see
Girl.
Black kids all the time look at me as if to say, "Wow, there's a Black person here that works here." And I love that feeling, you know, because I want to be that person that they can look up to. I had a little girl come up to me at work the other day, and she was just looking at me, and I was just like, "Hey, beautiful, I love your hair." And she's like, "I love your hair." And she's like, "Do you know?" And then she's like, "Do you know where we're from?" I said, "Where are we from, beautiful?" She was like, "Africa." And she just had this big smile, and I was like, "You right, you right." And I felt like she just saying that, I felt like she was like, "Yep, I connected with this Black woman that works at the museum." And so little things like that, Candice, I'm holding on to this job because of that. It's a beautiful job, but the people, girl.
I know. I know. It's always a thing. I am happy that you are there representing, and it wasn't enough like for all the you just brought back to my remembrance that time that it
Yes.
was very pressing for us, but I am so happy that they they still picked you. They picked you to do the work that needs to be done.
Mhm.
And girl, if anybody can handle it, I'm like, my girl Kenya got it,
I
okay?
got you.
Because
I
she
got
knows
you.
how to run it down.
I
All
stay
right.
strong in mine. I don't let anyone deter me from who I am or what I am, even though they have. And I just kind of be like, "Mm-mm, y'all already know
Yeah,
not to play with me.
don't play with me.
Don't play with me."
Don't play with me. And I love that. I love that. So you got my vote, girl. I'm happy. I'm happy that you're there. That is crazy, but I am so happy that you are there. Now, before we get off, okay, is there any spoken word piece that you got for the people celebrating being an unapologetic Black woman? Because I think that, and even if it doesn't, like, but if you have something that can inspire us on our way out, I would really appreciate that because
I
I
would
need,
I would love to. Yes, of
yeah.
course. I have this piece specifically for Black women,
I'm not
um,
surprised.
that I've written. And I just want to say this before we go, though, Candice, because I feel like I said, I've been a fan of yours since I was 11. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why. Because you sang, because you know Velver, my cousin Velver.
Yes,
You,
yes.
you
Shout out
sang,
to
at
Velvet.
yeah, you sang at her, or the continuation, Gold's continuation. And I remember going to that continuation and being in awe, like hearing you sing. I felt like you were, I mean, you are, but at the time I'm like, oh my gosh, she's famous. Like, this is a superstar. Oh my goodness. And I remember like seeing you. I never really talked to you in the hall because I'm a sixth grader. You know how that
Yes, I
balance.
do.
You in the eighth grade, I'm a sixth grader. I'm like, oh,
Girl,
I'm afraid
okay.
to talk to this girl. And I remember seeing you talk to my cousin Velver, and I was like, oh, this is my opportunity to say hi to Kandice Smith at the time. Kandice Smith. I was like, here I come. Here I come. And so I came over, and I was like, hey, Val, what y'all doing? Hey, Kandice.
I go, hey.
I'm Vel's cousin, but hey, your song was good. Your song was good. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, she's amazing. And like seeing how our families, like my mom grew up with your Aunt Mary. They were best friends. Like my mom used to tell me so many stories about Mary. And I'm like, oh my God, this family like is family. This family is our family. So I just want to get that out, how much of a fan I've been of yours since I was 11.
Look at my cheeks are hurting. I'm trying to massage it out. Thank you.
I love you, Kandice.
So much. I love you so much. Oh, look at Tamara. What's up, Tam?
Hey,
Kandice is pretty dope.
She is.
It's just a little something, you know.
No, you're amazing. You're amazing. Like I tell June all the time, like I'll see your posts sometime. I'll be like, I freaking love Kandice. I don't know what it is about her energy and her vibe, but I'm so in love with it. So yes.
Thank you, Kenya. Thank you. Likewise, I feel the same way about you. So thank you.
Thank you, sis. So okay, here's this piece.
I'm so ready. Y'all get your ears ready. Here we go.
Curvy and black, thick brick house like that. Matter of fact, you can say that she's stacked, racked, or built like a stallion. Everybody bow when she come around. It's like that. I've always believed that the thickness of a black woman's hips were strong enough to sink ships because of the burdens that she's been forced upon, not to be bold, not to be outspoken, or even to be sugarcane thick. Not understanding that her words can only speak sweeter than honeydew. But society says, never mind her mind and undermine everything that honey do. And then here come you, wanting to ridicule the cinnamon glide in her backside. Something that she built this nation on, something that they hate her on, but try so hard to take her form. Don't align your fakeness to her greatness. Quit parading her breasts because you can't seem to climb over the power in her rolling hills. Don't envy and then empty her sculpture into your trash. I'll call you a thief. Because you have stolen her body parts, put them on display, and made a mock of her body's art, when all she really needed was the hands of her community to remold her canvas, to respect and protect the Black woman at all costs, because without community, we are lost. See, her frame has framed the faces of this nation, but because of the lion in her glow, they want to nickname her Intimidation. But isn't she just a woman? I mean, ain't I a woman? You know, the kind of woman that likes designer things like designer purses, never wanting to ride in the back of designer hearses. It's a curse to be loved and to be hated all at the same time. And don't get me wrong, or don't get upset for what I like to call genocide, because when a Black woman dies in a jail cell and there's no one there to see it, is it still considered a suicide or a homicide? Right. See, her silhouette should not be a threat because she is Black, because she is female, or because she has roll-tongued language in her mouth. She is queen, she is sister, and she is daughter, with tears that exceeds her pain, just asking you to remember her always. Please help me say her name. Say Sandra Bland.
Sandra Bland.
And Sandra Bland.
Sandra Bland.
And Sandra Bland.
Sandra Bland.
Rest in power, queen, because you'll always be curvy and black, thick brick house like that. Matter of fact, you can say that she's stacked, racked, or built like a stallion. Everybody bow when she come around. It's like that. Woo! And I kind of messed up that piece, but it's okay. Y'all got it.
I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it.
Oh, thank you, sis.
Mahogany. let me tell you something. Look, the comment section coming in hot. I love it.
Hey.
Camera, look at, she ain't got no words. Tarina said, I love this.
Tarina.
He said, awesome. Tarina is snapping.
I love y'all.
Yeah.
Love y'all, queens. That's what's up. I love the love.
No, love you. Thank you for that. You just need to record that and put it up on your page so that we can always hear it.
It's on my page. It's on my page. I'm gonna post it again. But I got a poem. That's
y'all tell Mahogany that she needs to start promoting herself more.
I know, right? I suck. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it all day today.
Oh no, you don't suck. Oh, that when I tell you that got me hyped. Regina said, well, hey, queens.
Hey, Regina.
I'm feeling real queenish right now after that poem. Do you hear me?
Aww.
Thank you, Kenya Mahogany, for your presence today.
Thank you,
girlfriend. You are a force to be reckoned with.
Thank
and
you.
I am so happy. Look, you said that you was a fan of mine. When I tell you we done flipped, and I'm a huge fan of yours, okay? Like, I adore who you are, and I admire who you are and how you show up for us Black women. That's how I feel. So thank you for today. Thank you. Oh, your husband is on here.
Ain't you supposed to be teaching the kids? Tell him to go teach.
Madeline said hearts.
Madeline, hey Maddie.
Jean Fashaw Sr.
This boy.
He said,
go teach the kids, Jean.
He said he wants an encore.
I mean, I can give y'all an encore. I can end it with one last poem, a short poem if you want.
We are so ready for an encore. We're ready for an encore right now. Okay.
Black history. Black History Month.
Let's
go.
Yeah.
Blacken my people's face for amusement. With minstrel shows causing my people to bleed out in embarrassment. If I am to sing or to dance better, it's only because it was embedded into my skin for survival and freedom, not for your shucks and your jive, but you continue to shuck and jive on the sorrows of our songs, like wade in the water, stealing them of their rhythm and blues, moving your feet to the rhythms that we rock and roll to. And now you want to step into my ancestors' body and then call it your twist? You deny the melanin in my skin, but stalk the sun to look like mine. Will you please make up your mind? Why do you wish to reject me? The injections of fake hips, lips, and butt tell me that you envy this structure, but to you, I am nothing but a string like Geppetto. So what next? Will you freeze my corpse? Freeze me with wax, dress me in your idea of how I should wear ethnic clothing, display my nose and lips in glass jars in museums that read, I love fried chicken and watermelon, categorize me with your neck roll and an eye roll, speak to me as if my English was broken when it never needed to be fixed, compliment me on the almond shapes of my eyes and the highness of my cheekbones, but then frown upon the kinkiness of my hair. And no, you cannot touch my hair. See, the texture is sacred, and your deadly hand may grasp its root or even taint its growth. So you do not understand that the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice, the darker the flesh, and the sweeter the roots has never meant to be mocked. See, we are kings, we are queens, with Amazon mountains behind us that cannot be moved, just asking you to please remove your black face, take off those Afro wigs, and respect this culture appropriately. Candice. Oh, Candice, I love your reactions.
Okay.
Do not touch my hair, right?
Don't touch and respect this culture
appropriately.
Listen, this is what happened. This is what was happening when you was doing your poem. This is what happens when you was doing your poem. Woo, girl. Come on. Yes. Snaps. Yes, sister.
Yes, please.
More
I love
claps.
y'all. I love y'all.
More. Look at Ebony said, I know that's right. No, you can't touch my hair. Every queen's motto. Look at
Exactly.
hell yeah. Regina said, clap, clap, snap, snap. And Tamara said, they want to be a black woman until it's truly time to be a black.
Tamara, you done hit the nail on the head, girl. That's true. They want the glam
They want the
of the
glam, but
black woman. They don't want them problems though, huh?
they don't want them
They don't
problems.
want them problems.
I'm so glad your hubby came on here and told us we need an encore.
Yay.
Listen to me. Y'all, if you are not following Kenya Mahogany, please follow her. She is tagged on every single advertisement that I have put out.
Yes.
And if you are here in Denver, if you're going to be here for the weekend, I think you said April 7th through
May
the
9th.
April 7th through May 9th.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's a long run.
Yeah,
So there
6
ain't no
weeks.
reason. Okay, so y'all, please get out and support what she's doing. I am just to overflowing right now, and I knew this is how it was going to be. So thank you, Kenya,
Thank you.
for just coming on today, for being here with us and closing out the Black History Month Unapologetic Black Woman series. Almost, we have one more, but thank you for being here. You are just everything. So thank you.
Yes,
Any,
thank you.
any last words?
Thank you for having me again, Candice. Like I said, you are amazing. Thank you for building a platform like this to display unapologetic Black women, because your lineup was crazy. It's been crazy. I'm glad to be in this lineup.
Yes.
So like, thank you for building this platform. Thank you for being who you are and allowing us to flourish in ourselves. This was a great time, great opportunity. I'm just honored and I'm floored because, like I said, I've been a fan of Kandice Porter. Anyway.
Kandice Porter. KSP. Thank you. Well, the pleasure is all mine, truly, and the honor is all mine. And I'm just so excited about the things you have coming up, girl. Keep going. We see you, we appreciate you, and we honor you for the things that you are doing on behalf of us Black sisters here in Colorado.
Yeah.
And beyond, because this is not just a Colorado thing, but it's a beyond thing. So thank you. All right, y'all. We're going to get out of here.
Yeah.
We got stuff to do. But thank you for being here. The comment section was super, super lit. One of the best comment sections that I have had to date. So my girl did it. My girl did it. And we'll see y'all around.
Yes. Bye. Have a great day, guys.